Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy, and today we're going to go over my slip joint collection, or at least 95% of it, and it's going to be a little combination mixture of traditional, modern traditional, you name it. If it's a slip joint and it's in my collection, I'm going to show it to you. Alright, first off, the two you see in front of you are more sentimental knives to me than, I don't know, the price tags on them. But this one right here was bought in Italy by my father. So, of course, this will be, if it'll focus, this is a priceless knife in my collection. And that goes the same for anything that was gifted to me, especially from family members or good friends. I mean, those are priceless. And definitely a cool looking knife. He was going to buy me a switchblade, but he didn't think he could get it on the plane, and I reminded him that he could have put it on his carry bag. He said next time his checked-in luggage, next time he goes, he said he'll get me a switchblade. Alright, that's number one. And the next one's a really cool piece. This one was also bought in Italy, and my wife picked it up. And I thought it was super, super neat. Check this blade out. Ooh, it's got a very strong back spring. And it's got a convex grind, and it's almost full convex. But they got a small little bevel, as you can see. And it's super, super sharp. I don't know much about it. If anybody does know anything about this knife or knives, let me know. Super cool. I like that little hook and just your nice minimal design. Alright, the necks are very, very sentimental to me. They're not a whole lot to look at, but these were my grandfather's knives, and he passed them down to me, and I can't really get this one open, but just this kind of stuff is so neat to me, just thinking about all the stuff he might have used it on, and just very special to me. It'll never leave my collection, that's for sure. And here's another one that my grandfather gave me. Really cool, kind of like a manicure set knife. It's got some leather on it right here that has stayed intact, and this thing's got to be 60 years old. Let's see. The blade, I think on the blade, not going to see that, but I think it says Ambassador USA. And just a neat little, a throwback to way before my time. And it says stainless. Y'all get ready, because this could be a long one, peeps. I can't get it done fast enough, I can promise you. Alright, the next three are, I think these are all bucks. The little mini ones. I don't know what the Solo is a single blade, but there you go. It's the buck. Is that 308? This is probably a 30-year-old knife right here. This was gifted to me by one of my dad's friends. A lot of the old ones I'm about to show you were gifted to me by my dad's friend that knew that I was into knives, and he asked me if I wanted them, and I said, I'll never pass up a knife. This one's actually one I picked up from Walmart several years back. This is just your, little classic buck. Just something to throw in your coin pocket. And this is the Solo right here, I think. Yeah, the single bladed. Isn't it the Solo? Y'all let me know. Just another coin pocket slip joint. The next one is a canoe pattern, a little Winchester. My dad picked this one up from a yard sale along with a bunch of other knives. Anytime my dad sees some knives for sale, he usually picks me one up. He's great like that. Gotta love that. Nice and yellow. And like I said, free knife's a great knife, huh? Another buck canoe. I wanted to try out the canoe pattern because I like this blade shape. So I think this was the first one I picked up. Just a nice classic design. Sorry fellas, I can barely breathe, got a bad cold. This is another interesting one. Came from my dad's friend. This is an old K-bar. Let me know down in the comments if you know how old this thing is, because I always love knowing that kind of stuff. Just an old synthetic bone handle, probably like a plastic or something. I restored this one because it was nice and beat up, put an edge on it, and it's nice and thick and robust. Just another cool little knife. Hate not being able to breathe. Here's a just a cheapo that I bought a long time ago at, I think, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I just thought it was cool looking. Just, something small. I think I paid $8 for it. The next one is this is another cheapo. I think it's a Warrior brand. Paid, I think, $8 for this one too. But it's your normal, I think, pin blade is what you call it. I'm not too sure my lingo with slip joints, but this is what got me. I'm a sucker for a clip point blade. I put a little satin on it, hand rub satin, just to practice my satin hand rub. And I love that clip point blade. That's why I bought this one. Here's another one from my dad's friend. This is a 30-year-old case or older. As you can see, it's been well loved, well used, and sharpened umpteen times. And can you hear that? Listen to that. 30-year-old knife. It's got a little side to side, but I mean, that's, you'd expect that. But listen to this snap. Got some nice snap to it after 30 years or older. Like I said, I had to reprofile this because it was broke. Figured give me some practice on my reprofiling and grinding. Here's an old Remington. Like I said, this is another of the 30-year-old. All the next ones I'm showing you are at least 30 years or older. I think this is Remington, USA. This was whenever Remington knives were made in the good US of A. This one was kind of beat and worn out, but I still show it some love. Alright, let's see what this next one is. It's lost its shield. I think, oh yeah, this is a Bokor. An old Bokor. There you go. Made in Germany, Solingen, Germany. Definitely worn out. I don't know what the actual blade shape was. I had grinded it down right here because it was broke or something. But as you can see, whoever had this knife definitely got their money's worth by breaking. They snapped pretty much all the blades. I think this was the only one still intact, and I think I might have had to grind that down a little bit, but super thin behind the edge too. Great little slicers. Next one is another case. This is still in those old knives. Just I love this. I love seeing all that character and love, and seeing how somebody tried to sharpen it themselves and grinding it probably on a Norton stone, and just they were just thinning out that blade stock, but got some nice patina all over it and some nice grind marks all over it. This one I didn't do anything to, and if you can hear that, it's still got some nice walk and talk, I guess you'd say, for being 30 years old. Listen to that. It's got some nice spring to it. I mean, not the best in the world. It's got that synthetic jigged bone. Now the next ones are part of those 30-year-old knives, but these got me excited because they were pretty nice. This is an American-made Remington Trapper, and just I thought it was beautiful. Great. It was in great shape. Look at that. I might have put this satin on it. I think, yeah, I did, because the blade was kind of beat to hell. But I mean, for 30 years old, man, this thing, there's a tiny bit of side to side, not much, barely in it at all. But just a beautiful blade. This last one is Got that gorgeous sheepsfoot blade. Just a nice design. They don't make them like that anymore. And this is a CV case trapper. This is another one of those. I think I did some polishing on the blade to try to remove some of the patina so I could add some myself, put my character on it. And there you go. Those blades are already pretty polished as they come. Alright, now this is just going into my personal knives that I bought. This one, actually my dad bought me this one. This is a Puma, I think. Yeah, Puma Stockman. I don't know what blade steel. Made in Germany. Got a nice clip point. But look how thick those scales are. I mean, just huge. This one doesn't get carried much, but it stays in the collection. Oop, making some noise. This one was bought by me. I love this little Bokor. Yeah, I like this blade. I like that blade shape. Decently thin. Great little whittling knife. That's basically what I use most of these slip joints for, especially the ones that are ground nice and thin. And I bought it mainly for this nice beautiful clip point. I'm a sucker for a clip point. There's not many clip points I don't like. To me, when I think of a clip point, it just, I don't know, that's what I think of it. Whenever I was a kid, clip points, that's what I thought of as a knife, was a clip point. Love this pattern. It's the closest. This is the case saddle horn, and this is the closest I could get to almost the closest I could get to a Lanny's clip, and that's my grail. One day I will own a Lanny's clip. I'll save up and I'll eventually get one. I would like a modern Lanny's clip, especially like a Enrique Pena frame lock flipper. Ooh, yeah. That's one of my grails. One day, boys, one day. Another pattern that I love is the classic Side Buster. This is the Side Buster Junior. These things are ground incredibly thin. This is the stainless version with the Delrin handles. Nice, comfortable grip. Got a nice back spring. No half stop. Just a good knife for the money. This is my favorite Side Buster that I currently own, and that's the CV Side Buster. I love it because it takes on a patina. And this one's taking on a nice patina. I use this one for cutting pretty much any food I need cut. This one's pretty much the one I reach for. Definitely cool knives. This is an old Barlow I picked up a long time ago. I think it's an Imperial. It was all jacked up. I picked it up at a flea market, but this thing's a beast. Look how big it is. Let's see. Let's put it on. Let's give you a size reference. Sorry, my camera's kind of going crazy. Look, this is a mini Side Buster. Look how big that thing is. I had to reground the tip portion. It was jacked up, but that's how I learned to do different mods, is practice, and practice on this bad boy. This is however you say that, a Sabre, made in Japan. Big old Barlow. This is another one I picked up from the flea market. This is a fruit knife. They had a bunch of them, but this is the New Orleans. This was the best one they had that was functioning. And this thing's a beast too. Let's get another size reference for y'all. Sorry about that. Let's bring that case Side Buster Junior back out just so you can get an idea of how big this thing is. And it's that big for a reason, so you can cut, apples and stuff, and be able to cut all the way through it without having to cut halfway through it and cut halfway through it until you get to the end. If y'all wondering why I'm being quiet right now, it's because it's late. The family's trying to sleep, and I'm a jerk. All right, let's see. Let's go to next one. I love these knives. This is the Bokor Tech tool, and I think I almost like it more than my Victorinox simply because I love this blade shape. Just absolutely beautiful. Kind of reminds me of the side buster. Let's get the side buster out. It's reminiscent of this blade shape. I guess that's why I love it so much. And another thing that I love about it is you got the pocket clip. What? I love it. Love that. I'm not going to pull out all the tools, but you can watch people's reviews on these. There's tons of them. And then the next one is the first modification job I ever did. I put some, I forgot what kind of micarta this is. I think it's called snakeskin micarta. And I was so shocked that it actually worked, centered. That this right here, this knife gave me the inspiration to keep trying and keep doing different mods and actually keep making scales. I think if this one wouldn't have worked, I probably would have been discouraged and thought that I couldn't have figured it out. But I'm glad it did. Definitely glad it did. That's why you never give up, peeps. Never give up. Alright, the next one is Spyderco. Oh, doggone it. What is the name of this? It's Vox Anzo Design. The Pingo. There it is. This one has a scale that I picked up from another Instagrammer. I can't remember his name offhand, but the scales are nice, like a gray with toxic liners. And I think it just sets off the knife. I already love this knife. Threw some thumb studs on there, and they do work. There you go. Try not to make too much noise. My wife's going to come in here and give me the stank eye. Alright, another Spyderco is the Roadie. This is a fun little knife. I throw this one in my coin pocket. Just super lightweight, and can get the small task done. You know what I'm saying? It's got N690 steel. Just a cool looking, love blue, my favorite color. Great small little slippy. Alrighty, let's see. Another Spyderco is the Serge Panchenko collaboration dog tag knife. And this little bad boy's got S30V steel. If my camera wants to focus, S30V steel. And as you can see, the newer iterations that they came out with here recently, the new dog tag knives, you can see that they went to BD1 steel, and I think that was kind of smart because you don't need a super steel for a knife like this that's going to cut a string off your shirt or something like that. It's kind of silly. Let's go to my Victorinox. Let's go to the Cadet. Pretty sure that's correct. I get the Cadet and Pioneer mixed up. This is just another great knife. If I'm not carrying this guy, this is one I like a lot, just for the fact of this is about the same thickness, but just how thin these are. And I love the A-locks. Just feels good in the hand. Just very classic, beautiful. You got your cap lifter, your screwdriver, your can opener. Just an awesome little slip joint. Here's one that I modified. I don't know which one this is. I think this is pretty much a Cadet, but it didn't have the A-locks handles. No, I don't know. Whichever one has this has the little pin blade. Y'all can let me know down in the comments. It's late. I'm tired. But I threw some linen, OD green linen micarta This is a fun, easy modification. I just kind of did some CC round, contoured, very easy to do, and a fun mod to do. Another modification knife I did, I can't remember the name of this one. Yeah, I know, huh? That's just my story. I did some polished maroon linen micarta, and I think it came out fairly good. Um, you know, being that this one was mine, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but it's got this huge blade. Definitely nice. This one had the little slide lock, but it was broken. I picked this up from my local Army surplus store, and nice little knife. Nice big knife, actually. Alright, this is the Swiss Bianco scales for this pattern. I'll just let y'all tell me the patterns down below, but I'm not going to pull everything out, but just steps this knife up a notch. And I'm rocking the Tech Accessory suspension clip. I hate a knife just funneling around in my pocket. Hang this to the pocket, and there you go. You got your pocket clip. Another Cadet, beautiful purple, violet, whatever. Just beautiful. I mean, look at that. That's just, I think the A-Lox is so sexy. Just a great knife. And of course, when the Pioneer X came out, I had to pick one up. I just had to. You know what, you know my problems, Peep. You know how it is. I had to pick one up, and let's see. It's got the scissors in here. I don't need to see all the tools. They've been shown thousands of times. And this is one of my new favorites. Love this green. I think this is the Pioneer. And I think the only other one that I really want to get is the blue. That's my favorite color. And one day I'll be able to pick one up. But they're not the easiest. I say that. I was about to say they're not the easiest to find. But I think you can get them on Cutlery Shop. Another great knife. And my little guy, very handy. I'm not too big into the plastic ones. The only thing I do like on the plastic ones, me and Zelric were talking about it, that you have your toothpick and your tweezers. But this thing is just, you got so many useful tools in here. You got 2 blades, you got a pair of scissors, you got a screwdriver, a cap lifter, you got all kinds of stuff in such a small package. Great little knife, and it's in the A-Lox. I picked this up on Mass Drop, got it for a great deal, so I couldn't resist. These 3 are what my nicest slip joints as far as quality goes. And this first one is a GEC Lick Creek, I think number 15 Lick Creek Titty Ute cutlery, made in the USA. This one's forming a nice patina. One thing I wish I could get this knife in like 440C or something. That'd be nice. Cause this one just doesn't hold, the 1095 on this one just doesn't hold an edge that great. But I still love it. Just perfect size for a and this isn't going to scare you non-knife people. Great walk and talk. This thing's nice. Next one I was lucky to pick up, my good friend Patrick, Sharp Dad 33 on Instagram, and the Aiden's Daddy on YouTube. The next 2, or actually all 3 of these I bought from him. That Lick Creek and this beautiful blade. This is the Zulu, and that is just a beautiful knife. Handle's perfect. Get a nice full 4-finger grip on it. He put a hand rub satin on there, which I'm fine with because this is a user for me. And it's got some great walk and talk. Look at that. It's one thing I do love about GECs. Their walk and talk, so snappy. And this next one, when he told me he had it and he told me that he wanted to sell it, and he gave me first cracks at it. I was so excited because it's got that blade shape I love. This is the Apostle P Special Order Heartland clip. And boy, this thing's beautiful. Just check that out. That is the sexiest blade. Ooh, look at that. That swedge travels all the way down. Just, man, they do it right there. Northfield unexcelled. Nice and thin. Just amazing. I mean, Apostle P, he knows what he's doing. And, God, and this thing is like, it's crazy. Because of course you want it to be I mean, for me, I want to be able to pull it open, you know, moderately. I don't want it to be super easy, but one thing you do want is it to be hard to close like that, so it doesn't close on your finger. And I'd say the pull on it is probably a 6. I don't know, a 5 or 6, and the close on it is probably a, I don't know, an 8. I mean, it's pretty nice. And listen to that snap. Boy, I'm almost at 30 minutes. I'm sorry about this, peeps. Once I get started, I can't stop. And here's a Bokor Fox design, the BB. Just another beautiful clip. Did you hear that nice thwack? This is your nice modern, that going into the traditional realm. You got your G10, your titanium, VG10 blade steel, which is perfectly moderate, I mean perfectly fine for a slip joint. Tip down, which I don't care. It's comfortable in hand. It's a cool slip joint. I'm almost finished, people. Y'all let me know if any of these y'all want to see individual reviews on. I'll be happy to try to get that done for y'all. The next one, I've already done my first impressions. The Benchmade Proper. Super cool knife from Benchmade. And it's got my YouTube name right there. And this is the one I picked up at Blade Show, and it's also got Blade Show 2017 right there. And since from my accident, my wife calls me her Balboa, and that's what that means. S30V steel. Feels great in hand. I don't have any knives with this ruby red G10. I think it looks great. I had to throw my edge on it. It's screaming sharp. Screaming sharp. So, there you go. And the next one's definitely different. Way different from all the rest I have. And that is the Pocket Butcher by Devillier. It's sexy as hell. I've been thinking about it, and if anybody has the the drop point or spear point version, and they want to trade for this one, y'all let me know, because I would love to be able to get that drop point version. I just can't afford to buy it. This one's in pristine condition. If somebody has the drop point version that's in pristine condition, hit me up if you want to trade, because I would love to have that one. This is just the first one that came out, so I jumped on it. Just a very cool, comfortable in hand, well done. It's got, I mean, definitely custom quality. Nice, I think that's camel bone, I think. D2 steel, I love that fuller. Let me try to hurry and wrap it up at the 30-minute marker, the last one, and it's a discontinued, one of my favorites. This is the Anzo Cox. It's the slim Cox. It's got the micarta scales, super thin hollow grind, full height hollow grind. There's Anzo's maker's mark. Alright peeps, like I said, I'm coming in 30 minutes. Let's shut it down. That's all of them. Hope everybody enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.